and how powerless are they to help you. You ask them to save you from the nar, they can't save themselves from a fly. It's a beautiful parable and very, very easy to understand. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sets forward an example for you, so listen to it. Those that you make dua to, again the word dua is mentioned. Those which you make dua to besides Allah could not create a fly even if they all came together to do it. And this is a promise from Allah Azza wa Jal. They cannot. And don't look at, for example, no doubt there are, in terms of scientific discoveries and abilities, any technology, for example, phones and technology and computers and all the things that people make. By Allah's grace, by that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it easy for them to do that. And this issue of people, cloning, or they, what they do. This is all the creation of Allah. And even the issue of like IVF and fertilization and whatever, all of it is the creation of Allah Azza wa Jal. That Allah Azza wa Jal made it possible for them to facilitate it. To create something istiqlalan from nothing, tell them create a fly. Create a fly. We're not talking about taking Allah's creation and modifying it. We're not talking about taking a fly's egg and another fly's egg and doing something genetically with it, or copying one fly into another fly. We're talking about create a fly by yourselves without the creation of Allah Azza wa Jal. If you all came together to do it, you would not be able to do it. All those that you call upon besides you, your idols, the people, the prophets, the angels, whatever you call upon besides Allah, could not even create a fly, even if they all gathered together to do it. And then Allah Azza wa Jal, the example becomes even more profound, that if the fly were to snatch something away from the idols, they wouldn't even be able to take it back from the fly. And subhanAllah, not only could the idols and the people, even if they gathered together, people could not create the likes of a fly. More than that, these idols that they worship besides Allah and the dead in the graves, if the fly took something from them, they could not get it back from the fly. And you mentioned the idol taking something back from a fly that landed upon it. And look at the example of how lowly, that which is worshipped besides Allah. And subhanAllah, the fly lands upon the idol, and the idol is unable to swat the fly away. And then Allah Azza wa Jal said, ضَعُفَ الطَّالِبُ وَالْمَطْلُوبُ. Powerless are those who make dua, and powerless are those who are made dua to. Whether you are the one making dua to others besides Allah, or whether they are the ones being made dua to, both of you, neither of you have that power. None of you can create even the likes of a fly from nothing. Subhanallah, the fly is given as for the point of ihtiqar, to like something pathetic, something lowly. Let's not say about human being. Let's not say about something beneficial. It's talking about a fly, something that you just swat it and kill it in the first place, that you can't create the likes of it, even if you all came together to do it. And your idols, when the fly lands on them, let's say you put food in front of the idol, and the fly lands and takes some of the idol's food. Do you think the idol gets up and chases the fly and says, give me my food back? لا يستطيع. You can't do it. You can't even swat the fly away. ضَعُفَ الطَّالِبُ وَالْمَطْلُوبُ. How weak and powerless are you that you make dua to these things, and how powerless are they to help you? You ask them to save you from the nar. They can't save themselves from a fly. You ask them to save you from punishments, from tribulations, from sicknesses, to give you children. You ask them to give you children, they can't create a fly. How are they going to create a child for you? You ask them to give you wealth from the heavens and the earth. They have no power at all. They don't even have the power for a fly. ضَعُفَ الطَّالِبُ وَالْمَطْلُوبُ. How powerless are those that make dua to them and those that are made dua to. Also, it could be understood from this that how weak is the one who is chasing the fly, and how weak is the fly. How pathetic is the fly, and how pathetic is the one who can't take something back from the fly. There's also a meaning from.
يا أيها الناس ضرب مثل فاستمعوا له إن الذين تدعون من دون الله لن يخلقوا ذبابا ولو اجتمعوا له وإن يسلبهم الذباب شيئا لا يستنقذوه منه ضعف الطالب والمطلوب. O people, an example is presented, so listen to it. Indeed, those you invoke besides Allah will never create as much as a fly, even if they gathered together for it. And if the fly should steal from them a tiny thing, they should not recover it. They could not recover it from him. Weak are the pursuer and pursued.